Welcome, Miami, to the Miami Nightlife Show with Maddie, myself. Thank you for tuning in. And I want to welcome Charlie Rodriguez, Live Entertainment, better known as Charlie Rodriguez, the man, the promoter of Miami. Welcome, Charlie.
Thank you for having me here this evening. I appreciate that. And so does everyone out there listening. If you grew up in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s in South Florida, you know who I am and you know what I'm about. Having a good old time, listening to the music that you grew up with, your music, your time, and that's exactly what we plan on doing. And we're going to talk about it this evening. Thanks to you inviting me here.
It's a pleasure to have you, Charlie. And I think everyone wants to know about your upcoming event, first of all, which is May 6th. And France Jolie, in one of our episodes, mentioned that concert. Can you tell us a little bit about the concert?
Yeah, I will. As a promoter, you know I love to talk. And the show we got coming up here, May the 6th, is a special show because most of the time I just do freestyle or disco. On this particular night, we're going to combine both freestyle, disco, and a segment of the open house music from back in the day. We're going to go way back to the 70s when we were about this tall in high school, listening to the music at all the open house parties that we used to have. We're going to have Nightshift there. Then we're going to roll over into the disco artists performing with France Jolie and Lime. Then we're going to go fly into another 10 years freestyle with Cynthia, Judy Torres, and Coro. So we're actually covering 30 years of music in Miami from Nightshift, France Jolie, Lime, Cynthia. When you get old, your memory goes. Who else is going to be there? Judy Torres, Cynthia, Lime, and Coro, and France Jolie and Lime. So we're going to cover all these artists with Nightshift there. It's going to be a great time. And we're having it at the Hilton, the old home of Club Mystique. You got all these people together, 1,000 of your closest friends, partying one night, one time, listening to your music. What else can you ask for? I love it because I'm finally putting all genres of music together for one night.
And I think everybody's excited. Where can they get their tickets? Actually, VIP tickets.
Well,
You know, Miami people like to go VIP.
Everyone knows who to call for VIP. It's me, 786-277-2270. I am Ticketmaster on wheels. You call me, I'm there. Or go to Eventbrite. Eventbrite, 80s Dance Legends Live. You can get reserved seating. All the seats are reserved. It's a great venue, beautiful place. You can spend a weekend there. You can have margaritas early in the morning, wake up, have a Bloody Mary at the pool, go to a beautiful restaurant they got there. And it's an 80s weekend at the Hilton, listening to the music you grew up with. What else can you ask for?
Absolutely. So let me ask you, is that a Friday, a Saturday?
It's a Friday night, May the 6th. The doors open up at 7 o'clock. We're partying until 1 o'clock in the morning. So if you still got kids, get your babysitters because you're not coming home. You're going to be partying all night long. I'm telling you right now, this is a party in my living room. I'm inviting you into my living room to party all night long, and everything goes. It's the time of your life.
I love it.
You should. Everybody gets exciting at these parties.
It is.
It's a great time.
So I was at your last concert in May of 2021.
Yes.
At the Miramar Amphitheater. That was amazing.
It was a beautiful
it was
show.
Great. Yes.
Beautiful show. We were filming. Maria Sakura, beautiful director, producer, was filming a new film coming out. It's The Legacy of Freestyle. And she's flying all over the country. And Miami's one of those hotbeds where you got to document the freestyle here. So she was filming that night over there. She's coming back to film at the Hilton. So Miami's an integral part of freestyle all over the country, but it came from right here in Miami as well as New York. Actually, back in early 90s, Funky Frank was the program director of Power 96. It was his idea to tell the programmers to bring freestyle from New York, because they were playing it at WKTU, bring it down back to Power 96. And ever since then, we've been doing freestyle shows.
Wow.
Back then, we were doing 10,000, 15,000 kids, freestyle music.
Absolutely.
And the parties never stopped. It just kept on going. We kept the emails, which is very important. I got them all, over 10,000 of them. That's why I haven't done a show in which I have not sold out. Every single show that I've done has sold out, and I'm proud about that, because I do it the old-fashioned way.
You are the man of Miami. And
Yeah.
our show is to bring back legendary clubs, all those events from back then and presently now. That's the purpose of our show. That's why we invited you in, so you can tell us just a little bit brief of back then, a freestyle, the disco, all those years, all those concerts. I mean, so many years. Yes, absolutely.
Time flies by. It's like 35, 40 years later, and I'm still doing this. I need to slow down. I need to go fishing and do nothing, because back then I was still a police officer with Hialeah, and I started doing these shows with no experience. My very first show had 15,000 people at the Hialeah racetrack. Zero experience. So if you want to do something, people, do it. Don't open up a book. Just do it. And the mistakes you make, you're going to make, and you're going to get up, and you're going to keep moving, and you're going to keep doing them. That's the only way you're going to do things in life. Just keep doing it. You know.
Right.
When they tell you can't, do it.
Do it.
You know, you got a dream, do it. And that's how you love what you do, and you got passion behind it, and you keep doing it. Back then, I didn't know anything. I went over to Power 96, and I told Funky Frank, I want to do a show. What do you want to do the show about? Cop aid, help police officers in Dade County. And it started with that. And then it was like a bug that never stopped. Then I started doing nightclubs on South Beach. Saturday nights live on Power 96 with Bo Griffin,
Wow.
Leo Vela, Kid Curry, Tony the Tiger, Jam and Johnny, Lazaro Mendez. We would fill up the Cameo Theater, 3,000 people, $20 a head. Cash was flying. Miami was beautiful back then. You know, I wasn't supposed to make that kind of money. I was just a cop.
Right.
You know, so it was a lot of fun. So we'd do different nightclubs. And before you know, we're 50, 60 years old, and now we're inviting our kids to these shows, and it's a family affair.
Yes.
You can bring your 18-year-old child with your mother, with your grandmother. Miami is the only place in the country where you can do a show and have your mother, the abuela, your kids come to the shows and enjoy it, because they grew up listening to this music with all the house parties at home.
You're right. Absolutely right.
And that's why we keep it going, and the generations keep the music going. And we've never stopped.
No. And we won't stop.
We're not going to stop,
No.
you know. And this is why it's important to me to invite Nightshift, because these cats were doing it before everybody else was doing it as kids. And they're still doing it. And I give big props to Nelson for keeping this music going that he loves to do with his passion. And that's exactly why he's on this show, out of respect to what he did in the 70s. And I want him to be part of this show with the freestyle generation, so they know where the music came from back in the day. And that's why we're doing this.
Thank you so much, Charlie. So much information. I mean, I want to hear everything, of course. When you started, I mean, we'll be here all night. But this is not the last time you're going to be back on the show. I mean, this is just the beginning. I mean, you're going to be back for when you're in the radio station and so many other, you know.
I forgot about that.
Exactly, that we're going to talk about. But today, you're basically going to let Miami know about the concert, where they can get their tickets, a little bit about who you are. I mean, everybody knows who Charlie Rodriguez is.
I'm just a homegrown kid out of Hialeah having a good time throwing parties, and I haven't stopped for 30-something years. That's all I am.
And you won't stop, because Miami loves that. Miami loves the freestyle, the disco, like you said, that, you know, the open houses. Miami's own artists, You know, we have so much artists and so many clubs and so many events, so much history that I want to know, they want to bring back our kids, our grandchildren soon enough want to know about that. Because that's what I talk about with my kids at home. Like, Mom, and I'm like, yes, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, yes, that club that I went to, that concert or that artist, and they're still, you know, performing. And that Miami, for me, it's the pioneer of freestyle, of the clubs, of those events. There's no comparison. Yes, New York has its style, but I think we have it. And that's basically what I'm going to bring out, which is the legendary clubs and those DJs that are still DJing and remixers, and those artists from Miami that are still working, and they're coming out and they're producing, and they're, you know, they're coming with their children and their grandchildren. Like you said, they go to these events and they're performing, and you see their kids and their grandchildren, you know, in the audience. That's my grandma, or that's my grandfather, you know. Those things are...
You hit on something right there. During the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, there was no city in the world that had the amount of nightclubs that we had here. My age group, we're spoiled because
Yes.
it's hard to be invited to a party anywhere in the country when you've been to the best parties while growing up in Miami. The best nightclubs, the best entertainment, 7 days a week. I don't know how we got to work.
Yes.
Cause I don't.
No, we had clothes in the car, and we ended up in Denny's, and then the next day we'll go to work and continue.
I really don't know. I just remember getting off work, doing the show, and not coming home until an hour before I had to go to work.
Yes.
It was insane. And this is how we grew up down in Miami.
Yes.
You know, that's exactly how we grew up. And if you're alive today and you're 60-something years old, God bless you.
Well, Charlie, it was an honor to have you.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm glad that you're doing the concert. You haven't stopped. And we hope that there'll be more concerts. And you continue doing it. And I think Miami loves that. They respect you a lot. And we're glad we had you tonight.
I'm glad
Thank
you
you
had
for
me
coming.
too. Thank you.
And of course, don't forget, we'll see you May 6th. Don't forget to get your tickets with Charlie. You have to go VIP. That's the only way to go.
If you want to party in the party section, VIP, baby. 786-277-2270. I'll see you there.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Miami 80s 90s Dance Legends present 35 years of Miami's best disco and freestyle. Friday night, May 6th at the Miami Airport Hilton Hotel. Live on stage, see Franz Jolie. Live, Judy Torres. Coro and Cynthia. The Miami 80s 90s Dance Legends. Franz Jolie, Lime, Judy Torres, Coro, and Cynthia. Friday night, May 6th at the Miami Airport Hilton Hotel. For tickets, go to 80s Dance Legends Live.eventbrite.com. The Miami 80s 90s Dance Legends. Another Charlie Rodriguez live entertainment production.
I love you, Miami. I love Miami. Te quiero, Miami.
Welcome back, Miami. Thank you for tuning in to the Miami Nightlife Show with Maddie. And I want to welcome Nelson from Nightshift Band.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome, Nelson.
Oh, thank you, Maddie, for having me. It is really an honor and a pleasure to be here in your show.
Oh, it's an honor for me to have you, because the same way that I want to know, Miami wants to know about the open houses and about Nightshift, how it started, where you're at today. You guys are having future performances. You're releasing a new album or a new remix. Let's talk about those things. But first, let's talk about open houses, because I don't know, but I want to know just like Miami wants to know.
Well, first and foremost, open houses are not what we know today as when you want to sell a house. Open houses was a name that was given to rock dances. And they were basically for teenagers that were 14, 15, 16. where they could go and have a good time, dance. There was no alcohol served. And we did them at different places, the Municipal Auditorium in Hialeah. We did them at the Electricians Hall, Salon Sofia, St. Peter and Paul. Then we started doing them at hotels. That included La America on 8th Street. It just went all over the place. And these young adults, well, we don't call them kids, they went to these locations mostly to dance, and the guys, of course, went to try to meet some girls. The girls went to meet some guys, and we had chaperones, and we didn't charge the chaperones. Well, when I say we were just a band. We had nothing to do with it. We just played, but promoters that did these open houses, they didn't charge chaperones for free. And they sat them across the hall on a chair.
Really?
And then all the kids danced in the middle of a very big dance floor. We used to get about 1,000 kids. Keep saying kids. Well, I was a kid myself. About 1,000 every time we played or more.
Wow.
So they were big. They were big, and there's really not a whole lot of advertising. There were flyers that were passed out around the schools, and everywhere we did one, it got jam-packed. But we usually had 3 bands. That time I had a band called Man Trap. I started that band back in 1974 in the Boy Scouts.
Wow. I
And
was
true-
only 3.
Funny when you say that, because every time I say something, my wife said I was 12, I was 13. She'll give me her age when I bring something up. Yeah, it started in the Boy Scouts among a group of friends that knew how to play instruments. We were terrible.
Oh,
But
wow.
we thought we were awesome. And then as we got a little older, we started playing away from Boy Scout events and doing house parties. And then eventually, thanks to the fabulous Antiques that were very popular, and I have to thank them for the rest of my life. If it wasn't for those guys and the band Heaven, Mantra probably would have stayed playing in the garage and would have eventually disbanded. They allowed us to play in their breaks every time that they played, both bands. Of course, we didn't get paid. We played for free, but we didn't care. We wanted to play in front of all our friends from school and a big audience.
Yeah, and they thought you guys were celebrities. 'Cause that's all they knew.
Subsequently, the band started getting better. We started losing musicians and replacing with better quality musicians. And the band really grew and got really, really good. 2 albums were recorded in the 70s.
Wow.
And then, in 1980, when I got hired in the police department, the band disbanded. By that time, we had stopped playing open houses. We had gone to clubs in West Palm Beach, playing 6 nights a week,
Wow.
making a lot less money than we used to make at the open houses. But we couldn't do open houses anymore because there was a lot of gang fights
Oh,
at these locations.
really?
So the venue would not rent you the hall to hold a type of event
Right.
like this. And we ended up having no place to do them. So everything just kind of died, and we said, okay, well, we'll start playing at clubs.
Right.
And we changed the name to Nightshift because we wanted a new look. At that time, there was only 2 of us remaining from the original Man Trap,
Okay.
which was the drummer and myself. The drummer is still playing in Man Trap because they're still using the name and playing publicly. I left the band in 2017 because I just couldn't keep up with what was happening, the direction they wanted to go.
Right.
And that wasn't for me because I was a policeman. I didn't have the time to really employ in that and that kind of energy, which never really happened anyways. But I decided to retire from music, and I was retired for about a year that I didn't play.
Wow.
And then I got together with two members from the original 70s Man Trap.
Wow.
I contacted them, and the idea was to do one dance, just like when I reunited Man Trap in 2009. It was supposed to be one night. And then the questions were, when is the next event? And when is the next one?
That always happens.
So it's still going. This is 2009. We're in 2022.
Right.
So I formed Nightshift. Actually, it's going to be 4 years ago, now in February. We played for the first time in April at a club called Brews on Bird Road.
Okay.
And we haven't stopped playing ever since. We've been together, all of us, since then. We just got a new conga player now because the one that was playing with us is playing in a Latin band that makes a lot more money than, because for us it's a hobby.
It is.
As you see, we have other jobs, all of us, and he does it. So he has a chance to play 3 nights a week close to his house and make money, and I told him, you take care of your family.
Of course.
And, he was replaced with another policeman, so there's 2 cops, me and
In the band.
in the band.
Wow.
He's a K-9 officer for the Doral Police Department right here in this area. And so he and I are both cops, so everybody has to behave when we play. Everybody does. Because the
course.
people that come see us, the people are my age, Charlie's age, they don't go to fight. They go to have a good time. They bring their children, like Charlie was saying earlier, their kids, so they can hear the music they grew up with, played basically by the same band
Of course. Yeah.
that played it back then. So you have the same guys, because even though I had 3 original Man Trap members, I also have the drummer from a band called Calhoun, which was very, very popular. They came from New York down here.
Interesting.
And I had the conga player from El Conjunto Universal.
Oh, yes.
They call him Araña. And like I said, recently he just got replaced with Orlando Saavedra, who we really love very much. I met him in a police band that we had. It's called the M Blue. It's all made out of police. And we play it at different senior citizen events and things throughout the different cities, because we had officers from all different departments in that band.
Right.
But, I had to leave that band because it was really hard to keep up with 2 bands.
Of course.
Their songs
your
are totally
job.
different than the ones that we play. So for me to learn 2 sets of songs,
Yes.
it was difficult. So, I really loved that, and I enjoyed it, but, I couldn't continue. So I stayed with Nightshift, and Nightshift's been doing great. We have recorded 2 CDs.
Yes,
That
and
are
we
gonna-
see you guys on social media, and the new single that you guys are coming out with You Know That I Love, Woman, everybody does.
Well, actually, Woman was released in our first CD when we came out 4 years ago. We recorded a CD basically with 5 songs because we just wanted to give the audience a little something to remember of songs that we played that night.
Yes.
And we did. So we gave it away. A Woman was one of the songs
Yes.
on the first CD. So that CD is 4 years old. We just released a new one, not even 6 months ago, called Dancing in the Rain. And that CD is basically all ballads. It's all slow music, but classic songs from our era of the 70s
Right.
open houses. These were songs that were popular in the open houses at that time, that the people loved. And every time we play them, you hear, oh my God,
Yes.
It's like, listen to what they're
Yes.
playing. And everybody comes out to dance, and it's a little different because today everybody comes with either their husband, their wife, or they come by themselves
Yes.
to dance and have a good time. And sometimes they meet somebody and they get together. Sometimes they don't. But we do get a lot of single ladies at our events.
There you go,
a
ladies.
lot of single ladies, and let me tell you, we are very grateful. We're very proud of that, and we love it. Keep coming. They take pictures of us. I love to hug people because when I was a kid, that's what I was taught. My parents would say, look, there's Made, go give her a kiss and a hug. So I would come as a kid, give you a kiss and a hug. So I never forgot that. So
And
every
you
time I see
interact,
somebody,
and you interact.
I mean, I just met you and I gave you a hug outside.
Yes.
It's natural for me. For most Hispanics, most
It is,
Cubans,
yes.
it's very natural
It
because your
is.
parents taught you that.
Yes.
There's so-and-so, go give them a hug and a kiss, a hug and a
Yes.
kiss. And you will go give them a hug and a little kiss on the cheek. You know, everybody's welcome to come see Nightshift. We
Yes.
play February 5th at a place called Pub.
Pub 52.
It's actually called Gastro Pub 52.
Yes.
The reason for the 52 is a lot of people wonder why. It's because they have 52 different brands of, I think, whiskey
Oh, wow.
that nobody has.
I didn't know that.
They have 52 different brands.
Really?
So that's why they call it Pub 52.
So is this Saturday?
It's this Saturday in South Miami.
And what time you guys,
The event is from 8 at night to 12 midnight. The band starts usually around 8:20. We allow time for people to get there, not to miss it, miss any of the songs we play. And once we see the place is pretty crowded, then we start playing. And then, you know, we play like an hour. We take a 15, 20-minute break. We play another hour. We end up playing like 3 sets, 3 hours.
so get there early, get your
Get there early.
parking, in time to eat, get your drink.
The food is
Get-
phenomenal.
Yes.
The
I
food is
haven't
very
been
good.
there, but it will be my first time on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to it. And I was listening a little bit of the release that's coming out, I believe, February 14th, which is
Mm-hmm.
by Vic the Kid Music.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about that single or that album that Vic the Kid Music is releasing out?
Well, when we recorded the 2 CDs, we didn't record them under any label. We did not sell them because we did not want to get into any copyright infringements. So we give them away. But most people nowadays don't have CD players. And that's what we took out, CDs. We're going to give some away. We also made it in the front cover of his magazine, Party
Yes.
Nights magazine. We're featured in the front cover. We're going to hand out some magazines if they want it autographed. All you have to do is ask us. We're going to do something a little different this Saturday. Before we start playing, we're going to ask if anybody wants to take a picture with the band, come up on stage and take your picture now. Because once we get into a break,
can't.
everybody kind of goes and it's hard to get the band back together for a picture. So we're going to ask people if they want to get a picture with the band to come up on stage and take all the pictures before we actually start performing.
I'm going to be the first one because I'm going to get there early.
Well, you better.
And I want to be in the
first
front
one.
when that song comes out because I need to videotape that. Everybody knows that I videotape all events to capture the moment, so I'm going to be the first
We're
one.
going to need to add that song to the repertoire because that actually it's not in the
Not
repertoire.
yet? No.
No, it didn't make it because we have so many songs, and that song is kind of old for us
Right.
since we did it 4 years ago. But I think I can convince these guys as their leader
But
to
that's
play it for you.
But you're going to have more events. There's a big event that you guys are going to perform May 6th.
Yes, we are. We are very, very, very fortunate, very proud, and very thankful to Charlie Rodriguez for selecting us to be a part of what we're going to call a fusion.
Yes.
Because we're fusing disco with freestyle, and at the same time we're throwing in the 70s band
Yes.
for open house. So it's a 3 fusion where we're going to mix everybody in there.
That's
And
amazing.
everybody's going, we guarantee, like Joe Namath guaranteed the Super Bowl victory, we're going to guarantee that you're going to have the best time of your life
Yes, absolutely.
up over there at that event because there's going to be so many variety of music. It's all high energy. And I believe we're going to have a dance floor to some degree where people can actually dance, which gives them a chance to get up close to the artist when the seat is all the way in the back.
Yes.
But That's the kind of guy Charlie is.
Yes.
He's always thinking of his guests, of the people that attend. He's always making it comfortable and appealing so they can come back. And they can continue, and they do come back.
Yes, they do.
Like he says, he sold every concert he's done. And I've been after him for years, as cops that we are. Because I was a Miami cop for many years while he was a Hialeah cop. And I said, Charlie, as cops, we're brothers. Let us play at one of your concerts. Let us open up for all his big concerts. Yeah, Nelson, I'll get you in. I promise I'll get you in. Well, he did.
This was the time.
He got us in. And let me tell you, he squeezed us in because this concert is very full of artists.
And the artists are just amazing. I mean,
please.
you're in the stage with France Jolie, Julie
We used to play her
Torres,
songs.
Lime, Coro, Cynthia. I mean, this is just amazing. And
France
you guys
Jolie-
represent Miami, so that's
France Jolie
big
and
for us.
Lime, we used to play their songs when we were in the 70s. And here we are playing in the same venue.
yes.
We're on the same flyer with them. I mean, that is taking the band to another level.
Absolutely.
And I think Charlie told me that it's going to be several of these, and I think he's going to consider us for the future events because it's going to be good, and we're not going to disappoint you. I guarantee you that.
And Miami loves the band. I mean, I love the bands. And a lot of the age group, in the 50s and the 60s, want to go to an event where they could actually see a band. They get to see, freestyle, disco, you guys open houses. I mean, that's like amazing. I don't think that's been done before. Of all the other,
That I know of, has never been done.
concerts that Charlie have done, this is actually one that it's a little bit different. And we hope to see more of that, especially
I
with
think we
Miami
will.
artists like you guys.
I think we will because I believe we're getting a lot of response already, selling tickets.
Yes.
And we're 5 months away.
Don't
basically.
forget to get your tickets and make sure you
Don't
get that
forget-
VIP tickets. I like to go VIP. I don't like to sell in the back because I like to be in the front. So make sure you get those tickets because by next month, there's not going to be any VIP tickets left. You're going to have to be in the back and then you're going to regret it.
Exactly. And the tickets may sound like they are a little bit expensive, but if you look at what you're getting for that, you're getting 7, 8 artists performing for you.
It's
Big
an
artists.
evening,
Big
5
artists.
hours. Yes.
For what you're paying, it's nothing. It's nothing, really. Charlie has kept the price very reasonable for the kind of event that it is. This is an event that will cost easily $500 in New York to attend.
Yes.
And
Well,
you know,
nowadays,
that's-
any concert. I mean,
we're nowhere near that price for this event.
no. I mean, right. I think I went on yesterday to see, I don't know what band, I don't know, reggaeton band, because, kids nowadays, that's what they want to go. And I think it was like 400 and something. Mind you, this is un reggaetonero they just started the other day that maybe has like 2 songs, and they're paying 500, 600, 700
Oh,
to
please.
2,000 to be in the floor in the
Yes.
front.
Yes,
Like
yes.
and they have, and these are young kids. So, no, I mean, the prices are great for what
They're
you're
great
getting. They're
prices,
VIP, they're in the
exactly.
front, first, second, third, fourth row. Absolutely. I mean, everybody in our age, when you go to a concert, you want comfort. You want to be in the front. You don't want to be all the way in the back.
No, you
So-
don't want to see the artists like.
And you have enough time to get those tickets, don't do something else. Girls, don't do your nails or your hair so much and kind of just get the ticket.
Yeah, if
And
you
look
put a
forward
little
to that.
money away, like I said, they're not overly expensive.
No, they're not.
But don't wait too late because
No.
once it's sold out, that's
You're
it.
regretting. You're going to have to be in the back.
No, not even in the back. Once it's sold out, it is sold out
it.
because we have fire regulations that we
Yes.
cannot overcrowd.
You have a cop, so.
We got 2 of them, 3 of them.
Oh,
'Cause,
wow.
Charlie-
Well, no, and then the audience, because I have a
God
lot of
knows
cop
how many
friends.
cops are going to be in there too.
Yes.
And all you
I
need
want
is
to give a
somebody.
shout out to John Sabatier, my friend, my cop friend. He's going to be there. So, there's a lot of cops.
Yeah, get your tickets early. Do yourself a favor. Don't wait till the last minute. If for some reason you can't make it, you can sell them online. You can probably sell them back to Charlie, and he'll sell them for you. I mean, because Charlie's going to probably have a waiting list
Yes.
of people that for some reason cannot make it, be under control. They can return the tickets to Charlie. The tickets are non-refundable, but I'm sure Charlie can work something out.
That's
Or-
a good point, Nelson, because I have to say that last year, there was the May concert Charlie had. Initially, I reached out to him, and then we got to a point that I waited too long. So when I called him, he's like, "Oh, Maddie, I don't have any more." And literally 3 days before the event, Charlie calls me and says, "Hey, I got a guy that can't go. I have front row tickets. You want them?" I said, "Absolutely." So you have a good point. Yes.
Yeah, if you can't make it, you contact Charlie. Charlie will get the tickets sold for you.
Yes.
You know, because the idea is to have people to go. But like I
Yes.
said, don't wait till the last minute, because the longer you wait, the more in the back you're going to be.
So
And
no back, front.
You want to be in the front. I know I would, because I want to see these artists up front and personal, and
Yes.
and see Nightshift. You know, the sound's going to be amazing. We have a great DJ performing also in between while each artist changes how they want to do their setup. So it's going to be constant music. Constant music. It's not nonstop. And like I said, it's going to be I'm calling it a super event,
Yes.
because it really is a super
It
event,
is.
and probably the event of the year.
Yes.
But we look forward to seeing you Saturday.
Yes. So don't forget, Saturday, February 5th at Gastro Pub 52.
52.
It's in South Miami. So get there early, and don't forget to get your tickets. And thank you, Nelson, for being
Oh,
our guest tonight
you're
in
welcome.
the show. And I can't wait to see you Saturday and take the first picture with you guys.
So thank you for
And,
having me.
I'm glad that you're here tonight.
Well, so am
it's
I.
an
I mean,
honor,
Forgive
and-
the uniform, but I just got out of work.
It's okay.
And somebody forgot to bring my shirt so I could change. I'm not going to mention any names.
No, we didn't do
No,
that.
we're not going to do that.
Well, good luck to the May 6th concert. I'm sure it's going to be a great
Oh,
event.
there's
We
no
look forward
doubt.
to it.
There's no doubt that's going to be phenomenal. And we're looking forward to doing more of them.
Yes.
It's kind of an experiment. If it goes well, we stay on that track. If for some reason people want more of one or the other, then Charlie will adapt to that.
Correct.
But either way, the man is a master when it comes to that. He knows what the people like,
Yes.
who the people like, and those are the artists that he brings, and they're not cheap.
No.
So, you know, we got to be thankful that we have somebody here in South Florida that's willing to do these events. Because other than that, and like for us, Night Shift, if you are our age, any club that you go today, you're going to hear reggaeton,
Yes.
you're going to hear rap, you're going to hear delinquents that learn how to say bad words and become millionaires, because that's what
Yes.
the kids like today. So there's no place that you can go except where Nightshift plays, because we're the only band that plays all disco. There's a few bands out there, but they play a mixture of salsa, reggaeton, different things.
Yes.
Including my former band Mantra. They play a variety of things. We stay focused on our disco, the era we came from, the 70s, and that's why we were selected for this event, because we're the only disco band in Miami.
Yes.
And people like to go and listen to the music because they can't go anywhere else and hear
No.
it. They don't play it.
No.
So we get people our age, my age, coming, and like I said, they all have a great time. They enjoy it. The food is great. The atmosphere is great. It's fantastic. So we definitely look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Don't forget to go. Saturday, February 5th. Thank you, Nelson,
You're welcome.
for being our guest.
My pleasure. Thank you.